Last year, millions of people woke up perfectly happy with their phones, and by the evening, they suddenly felt outdated. Nothing broke, nothing changed, yet somehow, their device felt old overnight. How does that happen? Because in the modern tech world, your phone doesn't become obsolete when it stops working. It becomes obsolete when a company tells you it is. Imagine this. You watch a big product presentation online. The stage lights, the dramatic music, the promises of something revolutionary. Suddenly, your perfectly fine phone feels slower, older, less exciting. But here's the strange part. Yesterday, you loved that same phone. It took great photos, ran every app, and did everything you needed. What changed? Only your perception. This is what I call the upgrade illusion. The moment when a working device suddenly feels inadequate, simply because something newer exists. Most people think tech companies make money by selling great devices. But that's not the real strategy. The real strategy is making you buy the same device again and again with tiny improvements. A slightly faster chip, one extra camera lens, a screen that's a bit brighter. Not life-changing, just enough to make you question what you already own. And the crazy part, it works. Every single year. Let's talk numbers. The average person upgrades their smartphone roughly every 2 to 3 years. And flagship phones now cost around $1,000. That might not sound terrible until you stretch it across a lifetime. Over 30 to 40 years, that habit alone can cost tens of thousands of dollars. And that's just phones. Add laptops, tablets, smartwatches, headphones, and all the accessories that follow every upgrade. Suddenly, you're not buying technology. You're funding a cycle of constant replacement. Here's the trick most people don't notice. Tech companies don't need to break your phone. They just need to make it feel outdated. New software updates demand more power. Apps become heavier. Batteries wear down. Everything still works, just slightly worse. And right when you start noticing it, a new device is announced. Convenient timing, right? Now you might be thinking, but new devices really are better. And technically that's true. But in real life, most people use their phones for the same 5 things: messaging, social media, photos, navigation, and watching videos. And a phone from 2 or 3 years ago can already do all of that perfectly. Which means many upgrades don't change your life. They just change the label on the device in your pocket. Here's where this becomes a financial story. Imagine 2 people. One upgrades their tech constantly. The other keeps devices longer and buys refurbished when needed. After decades, the difference isn't just gadgets. It's tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because money spent on upgrades isn't just money spent. It's money that could have been invested. And compound interest is something marketing never mentions. It rewards patience instead of upgrades. The most powerful part of the upgrade illusion isn't technology, it's psychology. We don't just buy devices, we buy the feeling of being current, successful, and ahead. But here's the irony. Most people are too busy thinking about their own upgrades to notice yours. So the pressure you feel? It's mostly in your head, carefully placed there by marketing. So what's the smarter move? Not avoiding technology, just using it differently. Keep devices longer. Replace batteries instead of phones. Buy refurbished flagships instead of brand new hype machines. Because the goal isn't to always have the newest tech. The goal is to keep your money and your freedom. The next time a new device launches and you suddenly feel like yours isn't good enough, pause for a second. Ask yourself one question. Did my device actually get worse? Or did someone just convince me it did? Because once you see the upgrade illusion, you can't unsee it. And that realization alone can save you thousands. If you enjoy honest videos about money, technology and the psychology behind spending, subscribe to the channel.